What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Monday. Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and this podcast is being brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. It's Monday. That means I have a pick six for you guys here tonight for Monday Night Football. To recap yesterday, it was a slight winning day for us. We get the Rams correct, the Bengals incorrect, unfortunately. The teaser comes in, which is good. We want a unit there. The Wong teaser wasn't official, but that hit. And the same game teaser on the Bills game came in, and that hit. So I went 3-0 yesterday if you trailed all the teaser bets there that we put up yesterday. And then we came in, obviously, with a 1-1 mark on the straight plays. Rams get there. Bengals suck. They're horrible. I am done with the Bengals. Props went 1-3, down a half a unit there. So overall, a 3-4 mark, but up a little 0.4 units. So just a slightly winning day for us on a Monday as we head in. I know I told you guys that I was going to do the math for November. I haven't done that yet. I'll do that during the game tonight. I'll have it for the podcast tomorrow night, I promise, as to what we're going to do here, what we did in the month of November. For tonight, I have got two teasers because I hit all three of my teasers yesterday. I've got two teasers. It's a Monday. Look, there's like nothing on the college basketball board. If you want to go ahead and take Drexel tonight, you can if you want. They're playing Bryant. They're laying 2. I thought about betting that. If you want basketball, you can bet that. Thought about betting on the hockey game and fading Utah and taking Dallas on the road. You want to take that? It's -150. Thought about doing that. I just couldn't bring myself to the buy button. I couldn't get there on anything. So only have a same game teaser for the game tonight between the Broncos and the Browns. And then I've got an NBA teaser, which is never a good idea, but why not? Let's have some fun. Let's get crazy with a 2-leg NBA teaser. First time doing that this year. Let's have some fun with that. And as I said, I do have a DraftKings Pick6 for you guys on that. What is that? Well, you guys, with new Pick6 players, you download the app, use Juice at sign up, and play $5 and get $50 instantly in Pick6 credits. And tonight's the last night to do this. All Pick6 players get up to a 50% winnings boost on the games in Week 13 after you opt in. Max entry fee and rewards will vary on this, but that is alive for tonight's Monday Night Football game. It ends tonight after tonight's Monday Night Football game. Gambling problem code 100-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. In Connecticut, 18 plus in most eligible jurisdictions, but other age and eligibility restrictions may vary, may apply. Valid only in jurisdictions where DraftKings Pick6 operates. Pick6 not available everywhere, including but not limited to New York and California, Ontario. Void where prohibited. For more terms, go to pick6.draftkings.com/promo. All right, let's give you the DraftKings Pick6 here at the top. So last week we learned that you have to pick from both teams. You can't just do it from one team. You got to pick props from both teams. Okay, so here is what I am recommending to play here for the DraftKings Pick6. Little Jordan Humphrey over 18.5 yards receiving. Jameis Winston under 230 yards passing, and Jerry Jeudy over 58.5 yards receiving. If all three of these hit, you will win at least 4 times your money. So if you use the free $50 in credit they're going to give you, you will get back $200 from DraftKings Pick6. Minimum, maybe more than that, depending on how it all shakes out. But we're going little Jordan Humphrey over 18.5 yards receiving, Jameis Winston over 230 yards passing, and Jerry Jeudy over 58.5 yards receiving here for tonight for us. So you may say, Matt, well, where are you going with this? Why are you jumping on this? There's some interesting trends here for this game. Bo Nix has been scary good. He's 9-3 ATS. He's covered by an average of 6.5 points. He is the only quarterback more profitable in the NFL than Bo Nix is Jared Goff. Like, it's incredible. And Jared Goff is 10-2. He's the only one more profitable. Nix has only been a favorite 5 times, but he's 5-0 straight up and 5-0 against the spread in the 5 games he has been a favorite. He's been covering by 13.7 points per game. He is the lone remaining undefeated ATS quarterback favorite this year. No one else has done this but Bo Nix. Jaden Daniels started 5-0 straight up in ATS, but he lost 2 straight as a favorite against the Steelers and the Cowboys. Caleb Williams was 3-0 as a favorite too, but then things went really south. If Bo Nix would win tonight and cover, he would be the first rookie quarterback to start 6-0 against the spread as a favorite all in their rookie year in the Super Bowl era. No one's ever done this, okay? No one's ever done this. It's incredible. Jameis Winston facing Sean Payton has not been great. 3-6 straight up, 3-6 against the spread. He's lost his last 3 matchups against Payton, both straight up and against the spread, going back to 2018. Winston hasn't been great on extended rest because, well, he's 1-8 ATS in his last 9 games on extended rest. All of these things are not really all that great. But the Browns are on the longest possible rest time without a bye that you can have. They played on Thursday Night Football and all the way to Monday Night Football. Teams doing that are 20-17 straight up and 21-13-3 ATS over the last 10 years. So, what are we doing here? Monday Night Football has had an over trend going this year. Overs are 11-4. 11-4 to the over so far. We're going to do what I've been doing a lot of, and that is taking this number from 6 up to 12 and saying, okay, Cleveland, you're 2-3 ATS. The Broncos are 3-2 ATS. They've covered their last 3 games, but the Broncos are 6-1 on the road ATS. Most of the damage that the Broncos have done is on the road. When they're at home, now they were favored against Atlanta at home in their last game, laying 1.5. They won by 32. Against Carolina, they were laying 13.5, and they won by 14. But against the Chargers at home, they were catching 3, and they lost by 7. So the 2 bad teams, Carolina and Atlanta Dome team going out west in Denver, versus Cleveland coming off of a home win against the Steelers, which was really impressive. And then they lost to New Orleans on the road in their last game. They're laying 1, and they lost by 21. They got killed. That was coming off of a 2-point dog, 17-point loss to the Chargers at home. But they beat the Ravens by 5 at home. They lost Cincinnati by 7 as 5-point dogs. But against Philadelphia on the road, they were 9-point dogs, and they lost by 4. Last 2 road games for the Browns, they're 2-0 ATS. They are 2-1 against the AFC North. They're 3-3 against the AFC. Denver's 4-3 against the AFC so far this year. I'm going to give Cleveland 12 points. I don't think they get killed. Yes, they got killed in their last 2 losses by 21 and by 17, but most of their games are tight. They won by 5 against Pittsburgh, won by 5 against Baltimore, lost by 7 against Cincinnati, lost by 4 against Philadelphia, lost by 4 against Vegas, lost by 6 against the Giants, won by 5 against Jacksonville. Yes, they've had their blowout losses. 16-point loss to Dallas, 17-point loss to the Chargers, 21-point loss to the Washington Commanders, 21-point loss to New Orleans. I get all that. But I think they can keep this close. I think their defense can keep this close. I think Bo Nix won't be able to just put up big numbers here. I'm going plus 12, and I'm going to pull the total down from 42 to 36, and I'm going to go over, okay? We're going to take it and go Browns plus 12, over 36 for 1.2 units. Now, second play, our first NBA teaser of the year. Now, this is going to be fun. You might go, Matt, what are you doing? The Boston Celtics lost last night to Cleveland. They're now behind Cleveland. They come back home to take on Miami. Take on Miami as 10.5-point favorites. Miami is not very good this year. ATS, they are 8-10 against the number, but Boston is 8-12 against the number. Celtics at home are 3-6 ATS. Miami's 5-5 on the road. This is the first meeting between these two teams. Miami always tends to play Boston tight. Okay, this is a big number, but I do think Boston wins because if you look at what happened this year, when Boston lost to Indiana by 3, they beat Charlotte by 15 in the next game. When they lost to Atlanta by 1, they beat Brooklyn by 25 in the next game. So And when they lost to Golden State by 6, they beat Brooklyn the next game by 4. Didn't cover there. But following the 3 losses, I guess it was 4 losses now. Following the 3 previous losses for Boston, they're 2-1 ATS. But they've won every game. They haven't covered, but they've won every game. They're 3-0. Have not lost back-to-back games so far this year. The Miami Heat have already had a 3-game losing streak in a 4-5 and a 6-8 losing streak so far this season. They've won 2 of the last 3, but they have not been great on the road this year. Straight up, they've been pretty average. They're 5-5 on the road. Boston 7-2 straight up at home. I'm going to tease Boston 5-point teaser. 5 point. You can do 6 point, but you got to pay minus 130 juice. This is minus 110. Boston minus 5.5. On the other side, the Brooklyn Nets. We've done really well with the Brooklyn Nets this year. And the Brooklyn Nets have been a team that we've been wanting to bet and have had success. They're at Chicago catching 6 points. The Brooklyn Nets on the road are 9-2-1 ATS. 9-2-1. Brooklyn might cover this 6 points by themselves and may not need the teaser. But I'm going to give them 11 and have Brooklyn be plus 11 here on the road against Chicago, who's 4-5 ATS at home. They are 9-4 against the conference, however, though. That's the one fear. Chicago has played very well against the East. Brooklyn 6-7-1 against the East, not nearly as good. Brooklyn hasn't covered in their last 2 games. They lost both to Orlando by 8 and by 23. That snapped a 3-game losing streak again on the road, where they won and covered against Phoenix, Golden State, and Sacramento. They lost to Philadelphia to start the road trip, but they went 3-1 ATS and 3-1 straight up on that road trip. Now they're back on the road again. 9-2-1 ATS is 9-2-1 ATS. They're 5-7 straight up on the road, but they cover. So let's give Brooklyn 11 points. 5-point teaser. Let's do a 5-point NBA teaser for 1.1 units. Celtics plus 5, minus 5.5. Nets plus 11. For 1.1 units, 5-point teaser there. Browns plus 12, over 36, same game teaser there for 1.2 units in minus 120. And I will put NBA player props, at least 2, will be on the BettingPros app before tip-off of the 4 games here tonight. A small slate, so a chance to really dive deep into the prop market here. At least 2 NBA player props will be coming at you guys here today on the BettingPros app. Go download it and search at Sports Talk Matt to find the player props. I'll post it in the Discord channel as well as to when I will post it after I've put it up on the app. At Sports Talk Matt to search that. bettingpros.com/chat to join that. Okay, so again, to recap the DraftKings Pick6, if you guys want it, you guys can jump in with little Jordan Humphrey tonight, over 18.5 yards receiving, Jameis Winston under 230 yards and a half passing, and Jerry Jeudy over 58.5 yards receiving. That's at least 4x your money on the DraftKings Pick6 app. And for the juice official plays, same game teaser, Browns plus 12, over 36. NBA teaser, Celtics minus 5.5, and the Nets plus 11 for 1.1 units. Player props coming on the BettingPros app later on today. My name is Matt Peralt. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. Every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast presented by DraftKings.